Mhm. Okay. Uh, Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to CTA Live on this Tuesday night, May the 11th, 2021. It's 11:45 p.m. here in Detroit, and there's a lot of things I am seeing for tonight. So tomorrow is Wednesday, and that means the big Dave and Buster's day for me, as you already know. So, um, let's see who's in the chat. Looks like Sean, Backseat Grill Productions is on. Danielle is on. Wit is on. So, hello, everybody, and welcome. Um, as you saw in the description, I have some big announcements coming up based on the CTA, not the website, but the channel here. There are some big things that are going on within the next couple months. And well, let's just say I am a little bit excited about it, especially after Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago. It's gotten me inspired to do a few other things. And that, especially with seeing other streamers like Sean and General One and Golden Slot and Carson, of course. So, with that in mind, if you are here for the first time, of course, I am the Cross Time Arcader, also known as AJ the Thrill Seeker. I first started out doing carnivals, mainly carnival rides, and now I do a lot of arcade videos, mainly because I kind of got into that feel that I'm one of the best arcaders around, especially here in the Detroit area, especially that I'm probably one of the few people who win on quick drop. Ooh, hello, Carson. Speaking of Carson, well, right on time, Carson. Hello there. Now, I'm gonna put one of the first big announcements that's gonna come up, and one of those big announcements is Chumba Tuesdays. Now, what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, I got a bunch of envelopes here. This is all for Chumba, and I'm going to be doing these for the next 2 or 3 weeks to get a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. Enough money so I can start doing Chumba Tuesdays. And during those Chumba Tuesdays, you're going to see me play on Chumba. It's something that I've thought about since seeing Joe play Chumba. I've never seen Carson play Chumba. And maybe I haven't, but one of the things I'm going to do is start putting Tuesday nights like this one into like an hour of Chumba. So that's something I want to do. Oh, look at Rylock. Hello there, Rylock. Quick drop champion. Yeah, I know. I want to before we talk more about Chumba Tuesdays. I really want to talk about quick Drop more, and it's funny because um, I really didn't expect to win a lot of quick draw. I really didn't. I just like playing it, and all of a sudden I figured, oh, so that's how it goes. See, I'm the technical type of person who can figure out really intricate things about certain games. Quick draw was one of them. Hence, all the hundreds of times I keep hitting quick draw. I saw in the live stream in Pittsburgh. Oh, hello, Two Random Crack 3. Nothing much. I'm doing some big announcements. One of them I just announced about is Chumba Tuesdays. Y'all know Random Ryan. He pops up on JJ General One's live stream. He kind of inspired me to do these Chumba envelopes. So I've already done about 100. I got a whole case worth of like 500, maybe 600 of these envelopes for some thousands of dollars that I want to use on Chumba. Um, if I win on some of that money is going to be used mainly towards season two. And I want to talk about season two of the Arcadia series in a moment, but that ain't till later. Um, anyway, for y'all who like this, don't forget, hit that like button down there. Don't forget. So it'll help me get more people in and to like and to get more people, to like it, and hopefully it'll bring more people into the channel, especially when I have these new things coming up. Again, the Chumba thing, again, I'm going to start doing that probably when I get my first credits in for Chumba, which should be probably about July. It could be longer, but like I said, it really depends on how things go with Chumba. And right now, I got about $10 worth right now. I want to put some more in. I got the $3 coming up in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I guess 11:50. So yeah, about 10 minutes from now, is when I'm going to be putting in my free $2. Matter of fact, I should have about $11 in there, maybe. Um, yeah, I'm about $11.20 right now in Chumba. I'll get my $3 and play a little more. Maybe I might win big or not. So, um, let's see. Too many characters. Meanwhile, I want to know how the computer system includes that turns a button press into a ball to fight. Does it scan for a button press every number of clock cycles? What I believe happens is that there's a little thing up on the top where the ball is at. I think there's some type of system on there that probably um, registers each hit of the button to make the ball drop. Yeah, and I believe that's what it is. When I hit the button one time, like a split second later, and the ball will drop. So I believe there's some type of small system probably on the top. Either there is a computer within QuickDrop, and it'll probably register that to tell the dropper to run for a button. So that I think that might be how the button registers thing to come down to make the ball drop, or two, or whatever, depending how many times you hit the button, three, four, or five. So that could be one thing to random criteria. Though it could be one anticipation on how the quick drop dropper works, which allows it to work better. But I like my locations. I do like Homestead, and of course Toledo. So it's like I got the best of four locations for Quick Drop. Although one of my goals is to go to more places outside of the main areas like Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania. Florida would be like New York, Texas, California. Those would be good places to go. Um, Oh, oh, hi, Mateo. You're gonna leave. I didn't see you, but you say have a good night, have a great stream. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a short one, Mateo. Just to pretty much give some announcements about what I'm gonna be doing for the channel going forward. And I know most of my former subscribers, well, most of the subscribers before I started the arcade series were mainly looking for me to go into the carnival series, but of course the pandemic happened, and of course a lot of the carnivals haven't been coming. Which is another thing. One of the big shows that was supposed to do carnivals in this area, weight shows, has canceled Michigan altogether. So unfortunately, the carnival series, well, that's in another announcement in itself about the carnival series. But right now, again, Chumba is the main focus on this part. I want to put in like $50 or maybe $100 every stream on Chumba Tuesdays. Again, I don't know a date of when I want to do that, but right now I'm looking at July. It all depends on when I send these out. These could be sent out by the end of the month. Um, if I get enough done, I may start sending them out as early as next week. I want to get at least 200 done to the start and start another 200 starting after I did the first 200 done. So Chumba Tuesdays again, kind of like now around 11 p.m., 11:45 p.m. Eastern is when I want to start doing Chumba Tuesdays, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put $50. Um, oh, it's let's see. Um, there's a button trigger and the interrupt and the handler. There's a button to drop a separate system that the main system activate. I think that since controllers are so cheap anymore. Ben Eder has a great series about building a 6502 that demonstrates and teaches basic computers. Um, those controllers for QuickDrop have kind of gone down because probably the maintenance is so high on there that I don't know really if there's let's just say um how could I put this in perspective about QuickDrop? I think it's a separate system. But then of course there's an intertwining between how we hit the button and there's some type of controller or some type of how can I put this? There is a way that the button triggers some type of mechanism within that computer, and that computer has its own little system that tells the dropper to drop down one or two or whatever, depending on how many times it. I believe it is, but I haven't really looked at the total specifics. I just know that it's. I know the timing of it is within probably um I say 50 to 75 nanoseconds, pretty much. Uh, hit the button and the dropper actually triggering the mechanism inside to bring the balls down. So again, that depends on the computer itself. Because um, I don't know if all of the quick drops have the same computer mechanism. It varies from location, I believe, and also depends on the version itself. Because some of the some of the quick drops that I went to are on the previous version, as I mentioned on some of the forum about the previous quick drop version. Well, I'm not really going to get too much into that detail because that's a whole nother scenario in itself about the previous quick drop version. But what I do know is that there is a timing between hitting the ball and the mechanism that triggers for the for that thing that holds the balls up to come down with the balls. It's kind of tricky to explain in a certain way, but yeah, I have something about know something about the basic computers, but not too technical. Just a little bit enough to kind of handle along with the timing of how of hitting the balls in collaboration with getting them in the bucket. That's kind of my technical thing. Yeah, I know. It's a little too technical, but yeah, I'm not 100% technical in that point. It's just the timing portion. It's just little intricate things that I do on certain these games that makes me, knowing about how windy. I mean, something that one like YouTube probably knows a little bit, but as far as quick drop, I'm kind of the guy who knows it. So you would take certain people, how do you get six balls in the bucket half the time to win the jackpot? I said, I know this. I just know the timing of how to do it. Nothing in that technical point, but we're talking more technical about the hitting the button to get the ball in the bucket without the misses. That's what really what that is. So, yeah. So yeah, not that technical part of quick shot, but the more intricate little versions of how that is. So yeah, not really. But anyways, again about Chumba, I'm gonna be again doing that in July. So be on the look for that. Um, and so. speaking of Carson, I was talking to him one day about trying to do some of that stuff that he does and that Joe does about, the little part where they're like right here and stuff like that. And while you can see the screens and stuff like that. I guess I have to take what Streamlabs or something like that in order to do that. I gotta figure all that out in another port. But anyway, um, so that's gonna be one thing. Speaking of Dave and Buster's and Quick Chop and something, let's get to the second announcement I have, and it has to do with sponsored Dave and Buster's streams. Now, this is something that I really want to do in season two. I can actually do it now, but I've already finished this. I've already finished the arcade season, even though I'm not really technically done with the arcades, the videos and stuff like that. I still have one other place I need to do a video on, and that's round one. I was supposed to do that before Pittsburgh, but instead, something happened, with Michigan and COVID and stuff like that, and round one decided to close the week before I wanted to go to Pittsburgh. I was like, I really wanted to go to round one. Guess what? They're close. Oh, guess what? I gotta do a lost episode with round one when I go back to Great Lakes Crossing. It's going to be possibly 2 weeks from now. And speaking of that season finale in Pittsburgh, I do have the video for the season finale in Pittsburgh, and boy, there were some things on there. Me in downtown Pittsburgh, the North Hills, Dave and Buster's, the video of JJ General One and Let's Make a Deal. I don't know how he does that on Let's Make a Deal, but you know what? I guess with him, Let's Make a Deal, it's like me and Quick Drop. It's like, how do you do it? It just comes to you. So, yes. Um, hi with no, you didn't really miss much. That's my first announcement about Chumba. And I talked with in the chat during Sean's stream about Chumba and what I was going to do with the envelopes. Well, one of the announcements I gotta say is about the Chumba Tuesdays, and it's going to happen once I get my credits in for the Chumba envelopes. I'm hoping again in July. So that's something I want to put on that. But let's talk about Dave and Buster's and stuff like that. Speaking of Dave and Buster's, I did go this afternoon to charge my card. So I put $150 worth of game credits. I still have about a million tickets. I think I have a million, 11,000 something tickets. I know that 1 million ticket number sounds kind of crazy, especially when I got it in March. This is one of the things I got. One of the mini helmets. It's 25,000 tickets. I don't really open them. I just sell them because all the money I get from these, it probably went back for me to go Dave Buster. It's not really anything big for me. It's just something. I have a lot of watches on eBay, and all I do is take the money from all the sales I get and put them into back to Dave and Buster's. Probably end up going to 2 million tickets. But then, what I want to start doing is my second season challenge, which happens to do with an arcade called CJ Barrymore's. And what CJ Barrymore's is an amusement park with a big arcade in it, with very interesting games. I mean, one is Zombie Snatcher. Um, the other one is Beanbag Toss. Y'all saw the CJ Barrymore's video. You see how I am at Beanbag Toss. I'm just as good at Beanbag Toss as Tailgate Toss. Except the only thing about Tailgate Toss is that you get 30 seconds, while the Beanbag Toss you only get 22. And then, of course, it's at extra zero. Um, that's kind of threw me off a little bit, especially on Beanbag Toss. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not about profit, it's about having fun, right? Yeah, it's both ways. As long as I'm having fun, as long as I'm making my money, well, okay. I I will sometimes get into the habit of wanting to profit, but most of the time, yeah, it's about it. I have the 50-50 mentality. I think 50%, I'm having fun and winning jackpots and good like that. Other half, I said, I want this money so I can go back again. Yeah, you see, you like videos about new and interesting arcades. Now, again, CJ Berry Wars was the first time. It was the first time I actually recorded inside CJ Berry because I've been going to CJ Berry for about 3.5, maybe 4 years, but I really never started really getting into the process of advantage playing at CJ Berry Wars until they put feedback toss in there. Once they put feedback toss in there, I'm like, oh yeah, uh-huh. That Nintendo Switch I won recently was from CJ Berry Wars, and I sold that easily. And I used the money from the Switch to put in for Dave and Buster's. Hence why I put in the money this afternoon. And I got the helmet, which is gonna be used if I sell it and I get the money, it's pretty much gonna be set aside for Dave and Buster's. I got paid today, but it's mostly going for bills and other expenses, food and stuff like that, especially when I get to work. Yeah, most I'll have that 50-50 cent. 50% is fun, 50% is profit. So yeah, it goes either way. Um, beanbags seem to have more various scores to compare to tailgate. Now again, beanbag toss and tailgate toss. I want to do a video of it real soon. And here's the scoop: beanbag toss goes in 5,000 format. Tailgate toss at Dave and Buster's is only 500. The reason of that is because of the 99999 situation. You've seen tailgate toss previously before the new versions came out. You would see the tailgate toss was always at 99999 because there was a lot of us who played it with that skill that it always came up 99999. So that was the reason why you would never see that. David Buster's wanted to change that. Changed it to where they took out the leading zero. Yep. They took out the leading zero because people were frowning at Dave and Buster's about why is the score 99999 so high or something like that. I can never get it. So that was the reason why they changed it from 99999, which was 100,000 if you got it all good. They changed it, took off lead zero. So now 10,000 is pretty much like 99999, in a sense. Um, yeah, I hate the jackpot for goldfish is only 250 a round one, but 1,000 at GameWorks. For GameWorks prices a PS4 that's been in the case for 7 years. Well, right about how much is that PS4? Because if it's been in there for so long, it's got to be pretty high. I mean, we look at 1,000 for goldfishing. I mean, if they had quick drop or beanbag toss let's even spinning win, I guess. In a certain, well, I ain't gonna talk about spinning win. Spinning win. Oh my god, do it in Michigan. Do it in Michigan, but I can't do it in Pennsylvania. No wonder. Wait, 200,000 tickets for a PS4? Are you serious? No wonder why it's been there for years. 200,000 tickets. Yeah, I've really seen 1,000 tickets minimum for that. Yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? They had a game works at Great Lakes Crossing. That went gone. Now it's round one. So I don't know. I don't know what's the game. I went there once before, but that was way, way before my advantage play. So. Anyway, yeah, last year, two random crap. Um, you love it when hobbies pick themselves back. The whole point. When I did advantage play, at first I was just playing for fun. Then I started getting so many tickets. It's like, why not just do this in a different way? Why not just play, see if I get my money back and make and see if I can make my money and then just do it again. That's exactly what I do. I mean, I'll be in big profit formats like YouTube and stuff like that to do, but most of the time I don't really think about that too much. If I can hit tailgate, if I can hit quick drop and stuff like that, I'm good. Um, let's see. I missed it. It was what round one in Great Rag used to be. Great Rag, Texas. Oh yeah, I never. Yeah, I still want to go to Texas. That's okay. I think I spoiled one of my. I think I spoiled one of my announcements when I said something about Texas. I will get to that later. But yeah, Ryder says the manager freaked out when they saw I was at 135,000. Your tech car only had 19,000. Oh, see, you know what? Let me explain what this right about. Uh, um, a lot of the techs don't really play. They know how to fix the games, but I don't think they play the games that much. I mean, even at Data Busters, some of the people were surprised at me when I got to 800,000 tickets. They were like, "Really? 800,000 tickets?" I said, "Oh." Then I got my senior game tech who's known me for a decade. And I said, oh yeah, that's cross time. I've known you for a long time. He used to play laser tag with me, and I know he's gotten a million tickets. So that was that time where I went there with that million tickets. So yeah. Oh hi Blake, welcome. Look at this guy here. There's a guy where I was just seeing on his live stream like before I was at work. Oh Blake, welcome. Yeah, right, Rock. Uh, I don't know how Vegas games are. But again, I've heard some stuff about it. If I heard their arcades are kind of up there. Like I said, I would like to go to Vegas. But that's probably another time in itself to think about that. Unless I get lucky enough to go with my family, they go to Vegas every now and then. If that ever get to go to Vegas at that point, I'll probably check out some of the arcades over there. Well, Blake, I had an interesting day at work today. It was pretty easy, although the lines at work were kind of ridiculous. It's like everybody wanted groceries. And of course, we had a big old sale, so yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those days. Getting home was a trip because I had to wait an hour for a bus that never showed up. I had to get an Uber to get home, so I'm kind of not happy at that. That was why I'm 45 minutes late. Was because I was supposed to be here at 11 o'clock. That was the time that I said I was going to go live. I didn't get here until 11:45. I had to set the stuff up and get ready for the big announcement. So you say any Karens there? Surprisingly, no. Yesterday on the other hand was a whole different story. I don't want to get into that because I'm that type of person who just lets it all go. I said I said yeah. I did have a person who tried to bring back something that was 6 months, no, over a year old, and our policy is 90 days. That's the only thing I had that happened today. Eventually at work was someone tried to bring something back um, that was a year old, and I remember it was a year old because I bought the shirt um, from there, and they tried to tell me, yeah, we bought it here. I said, yeah, I know you bought it here, but the shirt is a year old. That shirt is from early 2020 because I remember that shirt. That shirt was in the summer season of 2020. Our policy is only 90 days. So yeah, they tried to return that and no. So I just we they just left and that was it from there. So um well, I've been in retail for 15 years and it's something else right now, especially with this pandemic and a lot of other things that are going on around, especially here in Detroit. It's like, yeah, m- I'm glad today's Tuesday. I'm literally glad today's Tuesday because tomorrow's Wednesday and all I'm gonna do is be at Dave and Buster's. See, th- like you said to me in the crap three, most of it's for fun. Trust me, there's a third part of me that I want. Um, hold on. Okay. Now let's get back. Let's get back to this now. Um, so many years in retail, it kind of gets you and stuff. So, like I was trying to say, Dave and Buster's is my mental release, literally. You think about a lot of this. I got this pandemic. I got being in Detroit. Everybody likes to talk a lot of stuff, and then of course there's work. So you get to wonder to myself, what do you do to keep that positive mindset? Especially what Joe says, always keep a positive mental attitude. Only way is through Dave and Buster's. It's the only way. That's why I religiously go every Wednesday. And when the pandemic hit, it was hard. It was very, very hard. Sir, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? These I've been working to take it hard on it, but I need to know other opinions so I'm not doing fool's errands. Okay. Now I don't know what you mean by fool's errands, but when you think about when you think about you gotta think of, are you doing it for the best of how you feel? If you're not doing it for the best how you feel, you should be doing it. That's what I think. If you're not doing it for how you feel you be doing it, then you're not really doing it. I just haven't having it because I have to pay stuff. And so, that's the one thing that I do. If I have to work to get that, I have to find something that gets me in that better state. And Dave and Buster's is it. So yeah, I worked retail for a long time. I know how a lot of stuff can be, but I'm just not going to do just that. I'm going to go to Dave and Buster's. It's a religious thing. I go every Wednesday for that particular reason. One, it's a side hobby. Two, it's a mental release. And three, I get to get all the stuff in it. So I've worked in retail. Let me say, right now, I've worked in four malls. I've worked in actually three malls and four different stores. And there's this one store which is now closed down, but I don't. It was the first mall in history. It was Northland Mall, and I started working there in 2009. And yeah, I've had my times here in Michigan. Anime, arcade, chicken nuggets, and investing in crypto. We talk about. Don't talk to me about anime right now. I have a second little I have a second little thing when it comes down to anime. I'll have to talk with you privately on that because this is a big thing about me in anime, and it kind of has to do um, with certain characters. Um, it's a very long story. I have my certain afflictions with anime, and it kind of ties around with some few things I've been, dabbling in. But yeah, um, but yeah, anyway, so I said two announcements right now. Chumba, and the second announcement is about the sponsored Dave and Buster streams. Now, let me explain about the Dave and Buster streams. Um, I'm going to be doing probably once or twice a month Dave and Buster's streams on Wednesday. I've been streamed before. Joe has streamed with me, Blake, of course, Carson, of course. But the next thing on my list is um okay, wait, let's reiterate this. Joe has done sponsored streams for his steak, and so has Carson. I figured, why don't I do sponsored streams for me and David? Because that would be a good thing for me in case I don't have any money and I still really need to go to Dave and Buster's and such that. So one of my next things on my list, probably by next month, is that I'm gonna have sponsored Dave and Buster streams on Wednesdays, usually when I go to either Utica or Toledo. I've already talked with Mateo. Mateo is interested in doing that. I talked to him on Instagram. He says he wants to do it. Um, and he says he'll get back to me in a couple weeks and, we'll talk from there. What I want to do is I want to do a 6 p.m. live stream at Dave and Buster's on a Wednesday, either in Utica, Michigan or Toledo, Ohio. Those probably are the two places where I can easily get quick drop. I say that because depending on how much you sponsor is depending on how many tickets I can win in that day. But again, I want to figure out to the point that I usually only do about 5 to 6 hours. There are some days that I may be able to do 8 hours or more. Again, that depending on the timing for Dave Bucks. Of course, with the pandemic and everything, they've been closing at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. And that's kind of too early for Dave and Buster's to be closing for me to get a good run in. But when they start doing midnights, 1 a.m.s and stuff like that, that's when I want to start doing longer live streams and stuff like that, like 7, 8 hours and stuff like that. As sponsored live streams. So that's something that I want to do um going forward, probably in June. So if you want more information about that, you can I'll give you all the details. Again, Mateo is the first person um, that has talked to me about it and has a little interest. So that's something I'll put in to that. Yeah, it's something I want to put into that for yeah. All right, 2 minute craft three. Have a nice night. See you again another time, probably on Joe's stream or somebody else. Yeah. What's this about chicken nuggets? Oh yeah. What's this about chicken nuggets? Oh, right, fine. Right about that. And now Sean says chicken nugget big. Okay, y'all know what? Don't put me in. I will let you use my car for a live. You know what, Blake? Uh, have um, if you have over 800, that could be worth it. If you want to do it, but we'd have to be in Toledo again. Well, I mean, I mean, it's possible. You come down to Toledo. This is buffering. Right? Uh, uh, oh, oh, okay. Um, we were right about laughing, like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. See, I had pizza, but that was like about during my lunch, and am hungry again. And now y'all talking about chicken nuggets, even though I got a pop anyway. Although the life think he'll be into 4 o'clock. But nonetheless, I got chumba envelopes to do. I got uh, um, write ups to do and stuff like that. A few role playing characters, speak and role playing characters. Right, Block? I want to let you in a little secret. I do a lot of little role playing. Uh, um, not we actually make our own characters and powers and stuff like that. I watch way too much anime, and I have these. Um, I'm just gonna say ridiculous. I'll more details on that. Something is wrong with this connection. What is going on? Yeah, I don't know, but nonetheless, okay. Um, so yeah, the next thing again is the D&B sponsored live stream for me to go to Dave and Buster. Again, you can message me on the or just uh, send me an email, and I'll put my email in the chat, and uh, we can talk more. And when you do, tell me how much ticket amount. Usually, um, for about $60, I'll get you about 25. It's um, um, or you want to specify certain games that I can play on that. Um, then we could talk more about it um, on the different platforms. That we can discuss more about it. But I'm going to try to start it later on. What's this about the gospel nugget? Very, very funny. Um, yeah, and I got getting hungry. Right, Rock? Stop it. In a funny way. Things going on. The EB sponsor live streams and Chumba Tuesdays. Now, the third announcement, um, too. I had so much fun with Pittsburgh and flying. I want to take another trip to Arcadia series of CTA in a different. Now, the question is a few states, Florida, maybe. I don't know. Um, I don't know really what I want to go to start season two. But right now, I'm thinking Texas, and the reason why is because of a guy, Random Ryan, or some other people. I'm reason why is because when we talk about being an arcader and being so much Dave Buster, place to go would be the DB headquarters in Dallas. So yeah, that would be one thought. Then there's New York, and I would like to go uh, on a tri-state. Although I've done Pennsylvania already, Philadelphia would be good to do a 3-day run of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. That would be an interesting thought. That's something. Okay, that would be something to think of next. Uh, so, uh, I'll be right back. I got a few things, and then um, we'll talk about the CTA logo, and I want to do a challenge for for the new CTA logo. All right, I'm back. Um, so what's the good news? More chicken nuggets? Never mind. No, 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 no. All right. So yeah, um, you know, the idea I head to for the beginning of the CTA Arcade series season two. That would be a good question. Cause I want to see this that I have. So in the chat, just give me a good state and why I should head to that state. I would love to see what state, so that way uh, I'll make a decision. Because here's what I'm going to do for season two. The beginning of the season and the end of the season are that's going to be in in October. I think it's going to be in October, or um, I believe sometime maybe um, what is it? April. I went to Pittsburgh late April, because April is my birthday, so that's something. Um, so I'll give it a minute. I'm going to do a few things, and again, let me know season two. With this um, connection of mine, Wi-Fi, maybe I should try a different connection like that. I don't know what's going on with this, but um, big announcement. I want to do a big challenge for the CTA logo. What I want to do, I don't really want to keep this channel as Crosstown Arcadia for them. I'm changing it to CTA because CTA has three things. The name, the Crosstown name, which I've been known as for a long time. The Thrill Seeker name, which was the name for the Carnival series, and and speaking of the Carnival series, I'll talk about the Carnival series in a minute, and of course, Arcadia, which pretty much is Crosstown, Thrill Seeker, and Arcadia. With me in the Carnival series, CTA means Crosstown, Thrill Seeker, and Arcadia. Well, minus the and that's what CTA is that I want to bring a $50 challenge to people who can make me a new logo TA channel. Um, if you look through all of my videos, I do arcades, of course, and I do carnivals. I actually do POV rides, pretty much. And also, I do midway walkthroughs at the carnival. So that's another big thing to be to a video, but I wanted to give a, a heads up to the people who came to the live stream to let people know about the challenge. So if anybody you know, designs intros and outros and logos. Again, I am doing the challenge, and I'm going to start that possibly in 2 weeks. You know, on money. I do have some other things I want to do. Right now, if, of course, again, give me an email or text me on the different platforms, and we'll get you details on that. I want to do again a new intro and a new outro and a new logo for CTA Seeker and Arcader. So that's something I wanted to uh, get with for the next part of the CTA series because I'm the Carnival series now, and I want to explain about the Carnival series in a moment. Um, you again another time, and yeah, of course I'll see you again. um, Popping out. I thought it was me that's kind of having the problems, but yeah. Um, as it seems, it's I get these unstable connections, so it's like, yeah. How? Wait. Huh? Um. Okay. Oh well. Okay. So there's three announcements so far. Or is that four? Okay. Talked about um the CTA challenge and something else. Yeah. But I am going to talk about the Carnival series now. These are for the people who again know me as the Thrill Seeker, which was my original channel before I became clear. Wade Shows, which was one of the carnival companies who usually comes out into Michigan, especially in the Metro Detroit area, has canceled the entire city of Michigan altogether for 2021. So what's going to happen is, will there be a carnival? That there are a few carnivals that are coming in, so there will be sort of a carnival series, but not as big, not like 10 or 12 carnivals like I used to do. I think right now I'm only looking at one or two, and one of them, I think it's in Richmond or is it in a carnival in the area? Oh, that's right, in Fraser. Okay, so in July, the first and probably only carnival that'll probably happen within the Michigan area is probably going to be at the Fraser Carnival. And it's going to be in mid-July. I will be there. I will try to do a carnival there. And of course, I do doing a midway walk through and possibly getting on a ride on a point of view ride. 'Cause I do those rides are very, very interesting to do point of view rides on, especially ones like Orbiter, I believe it is. Um, the pendulum one was Roundup or Zero Gravity or something like that. I forgot. And my most famous one of all, the one ride I think everybody's comments on that one. Y'all remember a ride called Starship But the one where it raises up when it's spinning around and it raises down as it slows up. Well, those are the I've been working on over the course of, again, a decade now. I've been doing the carnivals, and those are the type of carnivals. Those are the type of yeah. I'm doing midways and point of view rides. So yeah, the carnival series is, like I said, sort of iffy right now with weight shows taking out the entire state of Michigan, because weight shows was the one that did a lot of the carnivals during the season. Because when I went, like in 2009, where I did like 15 or 16 carnivals, it was mostly weight shows. Um, McDonald's was another one. Now it's Big Rock, I believe it is. A few others. So yeah, as far as this season, the pandemic kind of messed up the carnival season in it. That was the reason why you never really saw much of the carnivals in 2020, um, and why I shifted from mostly the carnival series to doing the arcades. So yeah, that was the reason why you really never saw carnivals now. It is in Armada. Anyway, hello, Michael, and welcome. He said he's been watching you for years since the carnival rights. Like I said, I want to get back into. There were two other factors that happened. One, I work Friday through Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are usually the major days for carnivals. When I didn't have a job, I was working at Northland, and Saturday and Sunday off. I used to easily go to a carnival. But once that job went away, I had to find another one. Then, well, let's just say that I got this job, and this job lets me out at 9:30 to o'clock at night. By then, the carnivals are done. Usually, they're closed for the night, or they're probably, and usually those, and sometimes those will be circus shows because they usually have to tear down in a few hours and come back up another area within that same day or the day after or something like that. That's what you call operators and the foreman, the carnies as y'all call them, has done it. And I remember back in 2010 when I tried to run away and actually do a whole series on it for an entire year back in 2010. So to be honest, I really didn't, you know, get too much in that. So, but yeah, Michael, the carnival season isn't too much going to happen. Well, I will do a carnival, but as far as a big series of like number of carnivals in one season, probably not. Again, with Rachel, the other amusements, Skirback, Big Rock, and a few others, but I don't think a lot of them is going to be playing in the Metro Detroit area. Again, right now, the only one that I see that is doing a carnival season right now is Big Rock, and they're the closest one in Fraser, and that won't be until July. Unless I find out some other ones, then I'll put it up on a video. But right now, all I know is the Fraser one, and that's in July. Um, are there any other ones? Like I said, I don't know. I've looked at different these sites on their routings, and another, I can easily get that one because that's on Garfield Road, but that's not all the way until mid to late July. So a lot of the carnivals that I used to do, like Warren, matter of fact, both Warren carnivals, Dearborn Homecoming, which is my home carnival, Sterling Heights, um, even the one in Melvindale, which is literally walking distance from mine, that really hasn't even had it. And that usually starts next month. Is I think 3 weeks from now is when that one's supposed to be, but I never got any information for that yet. So I don't really know if it comes up, if it like pops up and something like that. Like, oh, okay, I'll go. Especially if it's on a Thursday. If it's on a Thursday, then I'm definitely doing a video on that. But yeah, the Carnival series is the series that I was really focused on. But again, the new job and the arcades and stuff like that, that kind of changed in the course of mainly back to 2016 or 17. Am I still going to do Carnival series? I've been in it for 11 years now. I just can't stop now. But the pandemic's kind of really messed up a lot of things, especially from last year. And with weight shows being gone, it's probably going to mess up things for this year as well. I'm going to look forward to see what happens in 2022, but right now I don't really expect any big carnival season for 2021. I think I'm just going to go with that until I find out how to roll a new ride this year or something like that. But again, I guess we'll go by ear right now. So, nonetheless, I will keep looking through the different sites, and if something comes up, then I'm on it. Actually, if it's on a Thursday, if it's on a Thursday, I'm gonna do a midway video, depending on which one it is. Um, so that's something that I want to get to. I remember my old format of how I used to do carnival videos. That was I used to do the midway first, and then another video would be on the ride. What's going to happen in the series? It's going to be a whole different. It's going to be a whole format. It's probably going to be like 15 minutes. Who the company is doing it? I'll run around the midway, and then I'll do a ride, maybe two, the one it is. And if they have like 4 or 5 different rides, I'll probably do uh, part one, part two of that festival, and show the midway itself, and then do the rides um, as a different part for that specific festival. So, one of the big announcements I have. So again, Chumba Tuesdays and the D&B live streams. If you want to know more, again, um, send the Carnival series again. If something pops up, I want it, and I'm really ready and willing to get back on a ride because it's been a long time. I even want to do a video on Zipper, but I don't know if they're really gonna let me do a video on Zipper. Two things. First of all, Zipper, you need to have a second rider, and I run solo, so it's hard for me to really do a Zipper ride video.